So going into the festival and showing everybody's talents here, we go with Grace, the angel of grace, if you can see this. Yeah, is it coming up into, there we go. So we'll put Grace on our centerpiece. Maybe we'll put it here actually. And what we do is we take our hands, and if we're in a circle, what we usually do is take each other's hand around the circle like this. And if you can imagine, we're all together in one big circle around the globe. And we just rest for a moment. And breathing in through your nose and down into your stomach. Bringing in the angel of dance, our angel of grace, around the global circle, connecting, welcoming our guests, and giving the gift of dance. We welcome you to this space. Thank you. Yes, so this is our traditional tune-in and centerpiece. So we're just going to move that over here so we can have space to dance. And we keep the light burning through the session. So we'll start with our first wonderful guest, who I believe is in Edinburgh. Is Yvonne going to come on there? Hi, Yvonne, you're in Edinburgh. You've been fringing this week. So yes, let's unmute you. Can you hear?
Yes, I'm unmuted.
Now, Yvonne's one of our teachers from here in the Findhorn community and has many experience with dance. And is a fun teacher. I love her as a teacher, and she's got a positively fun dance for us. So I'll let you continue and tell us what's sacred dance to you.
Yeah, thanks, Brent. Hello, everybody. Yes, I'm Yvonne, and originally Australian, but been in Scotland for 20 years and love this country. And what I want to say is that for a lot of people, the dances we do tonight, they call them circle dances. I and many others call them sacred dances because for me, they have an added dimension. So the dances themselves and the effect they have on me is an added dimension, and I call that sacred. Whether it's the sort of wilder, faster dances or the meditation dances, for me, they bring me home to myself. They root me in the earth really strongly, and they also expand me up and out. And there's something really deep and meaningful about that. So there's something that happens to me. We call, talk about the vertical, and then there's something that happens in the circle as we hold hands. And even virtually, what we've been doing during the pandemic, it's still this amazing connection that happens as we imagine our hands held. And it's an amazing community building tool. I've used it a lot. It's a nonverbal activity. It brings people together. It breaks down barriers, and it brings the sense of unity in the diversity. So for me, there's something very deep going on with these dances, much deeper than just some steps. There is meaning in the steps, and then there is meaning that it comes into my body and into my spirit as well. So, and also some of the dances are extremely joyful. Some are more meditative, pensive, reflective, but all sorts of feelings come up, and they're all very welcome. And today I'm going to teach you a dance from Bulgaria, a pravo. It's one of the oldest traditional dances in the history of the world, really. A beautiful, deep dance. So, and the reason I wanted to start with this is to awaken our life force at the beginning of this session. And normally, if we were doing this, we would do it probably in an open circle and our hands joined. and we would maybe weave in and out, and we would look into each other's eyes. So let's dance as if we're doing that. And I really welcome the people from the festival who've never done sacred dance before, and also all the people who are not new to this and who know this. So let's learn the Bravo. So our hands would be up at this height, but let's think about the feet first. So we're going to go to the right, and we're just taking a small step to the right. We're crossing in front, another step to the right where we're facing into the middle of the circle. We do a little slight lift of the foot here. We put the left foot down, a little lift of the right, and then we start again. So let's just try that together. So it's step to the right, left across, step to the right, and left, right. 1, 2, 3, and lift and lift. I'll just turn around so you can see that. So it's right, across, right, and lift, lift, right, across, right, and lift, side, and lift. I think that should probably be enough. When the music starts, we'll let the music go for a little while so that you can feel the pace of it. It's quite perky, it's very lively. And the invitation is to, once you settle into the steps, is to just surrender to the life force of the music. It's a fantastic band from Australia called Xenos, and it's on their album Tutti Frutti, and the music is called Posidilla Baba. So yeah, let's try it, and let's feel the unity in the diversity of people all over the world. Okay, thanks, Emma.
How fantastic. And you know, Yvonne, I was dancing up at the castle the other week to, I think it was a Chochek, but now I've done the Pravo in front of the castle. So thank you. That was wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It's been lovely to be in Edinburgh at this time as well. So good. So full of life and yeah, just the arts, lots of artistic people doing little acts on the Royal Mile and lots of creativity. I saw a wonderful show today. So amazing. It's lovely to see, and lots of people from all over the world. Anyway, thank you for dancing with me, everybody. We're all awake.
Thank you, Yvonne. And you can get Yvonne on her website, which we'll put on the newsletter. And maybe she can put it down in the chat if she wants to. And you can connect with Yvonne if you would like to dance with her again at some point. So next we go from Edinburgh, and like Edinburgh, as we go to Brazil, and we have our special teacher, Renata, who's a very experienced sacred dance teacher who has done amazing things in Brazil. And yes, so how are you this evening, Renata?
I'm very well, thank you, Brent. Thank you for being here. So nice, this invitation. I'm so glad and happy and honored.
Renata has brought us, I hear, she has brought us a nice, very Brazilian themed dance, which a lot of you will know, but there's some people here who won't know. So it's delightful for them to feel the vibe of Brazil. So I'll leave it with you, Renata, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. So thank you so much for being here and bringing Brazil, the music from Brazil. And for me, sacred dance is sacred because it's joy, it's pure joy. It's joy to be together with so many people from all over the world. When I go to Findhorn and I can give hands to people from all over the world, for me it's pure joy. It's a joy that comes from my soul. And so I really know, and I'm sure that the traditional dances, as Yvonne did, and the one that I'm going to do now, inspired this movement in our days called circle dance, sacred circle dance. And this movement, as we know, started in the 70s on the last century. And it was created in a vision of this German person, Bernard Wozin, and then he came to Findhorn community, and Findhorn community as a great mother brought all these people together, and then many sons and daughters came from this mother, the community, Findhorn community. So we say, as a great person in Findhorn says, that Findhorn was the mother of sacred dance, circle sacred dance, as we know now. And Bernard Wozin, the German person, was the father. And we are the sons and daughters of this beautiful marriage. So for me, it's pure joy to be here, as I told you already. And I will bring a traditional dance from Brazil. But also the beauty of the sacred dance is that we can just go to the past and bring to the present some kind of feeling that they had when they did these dances. So this is the beauty of this new movement. We can dance traditional dances from the past, and also bring to our moment here what they feel. And also Bernard Wozin, this German person, he started to do new dances. So with contemporary music. So this beautiful movement called meditation, dance meditation, for some of us, for many of us, it is composed by traditional dances and contemporary dances. So we are honoring the past, the present, and we can look to the future, what the new generations will do with this. So sacred dance is sacred because we can be now here, honoring the past and the present and the future, and looking to the future. And we can do sacred circle dance in so many areas with teachers, children's, in the health area. When we are all together, it's so healthy and so good to be together. This makes us more healthy and happy and alive. And in this time of pandemic, we can see each other in the little windows, as we have been doing, as Brent said, and Yvonne said so beautiful. We are all connected. We can still continue feeling the sensation, the feeling of being one, just one. So now I will go to the dance. The dance is a traditional dance from the northeast of Brazil. It's called Ciranda. Oh, it's upside down, it's like this. Ciranda, Ciranda das Flores. Ciranda das Flores. Ciranda, the flowers, cirandas. And it is like a movement of the waves. So our body will really go very gentle and smooth, like the waves. And we know that this movement, we can really reach symbols and signs that touch and talks to our soul. So as Yvonne said, we don't need words for this. We are all together in the same symbolism. We don't need words, and we have our body as a common ground. So we have the same body. It depends on the culture, spirituality. So the manifestation of our body is unique, is always us together the same. So we go to this dance traditional from Brazil, bring to this present moment. And we know that we can do the movements of the waves and that we are honoring the nature. And is a ciranda that is a dance that honored the flowers that are always together with us, that embrace us. And also we can do this dance not only in the circle, like the geometry says, it's a circle. We can go in a spiral. And a spiral is a big symbol of going into us, into ourselves. Like Yvonne said also, when we go inside, and then we go inside and we can feel so many other things that the words and our thoughts cannot tell about. So we go inside, we can see the others, and we can honor the planet. It's honoring myself, the group, and the planet. So let's go to the steps. So we go with the left foot. We have the arms here in this position, in a W hold. And we go with the left foot cross in front. And the right one side, the left cross back, and the right one side. Front and back. And front, side, back, side. Front, side, back, side. Front, side, back, side. And then we go with this kind of movement. The arms were there in the W hold, and then we go for the waves. We go up and down, giving hands, hand in hand. And we can do, as I said, the spiral to go inside ourselves and also to come out to our life. When we come out from the center of the spiral, we come to the life, and then we are all together again. So let's do Ciranda das Flores from Brazil. We start, we have 8 marks. Down, and then we start the singing. And the singing is en un lugar. You will see me. 2, 3.
Vem de lugar chamado Flores, esta ciranda de tantas cores vem nos aliviar as dores, os maus olhados, os dissabores. Ó cirandeiro, cirandeiro, que faz ciranda o tempo inteiro, só por folia, só por amor.
Vem de lugar chamado Flores, esta ciranda de tantas cores vem nos falar dos trovadores, dos bem-amados, dos benfeitores. Ó cirandeiro, cirandeiro, que faz ciranda o tempo inteiro, e só por isso tem seu valor.
Vem de lugar chamado Flores, esta ciranda de tantas cores vem nos falar dos trovadores, dos bem-amados, dos benfeitores. Ó cirandeiro, cirandeiro, que faz ciranda o tempo inteiro, e só por isso tem seu valor.
Thank you. I forgot to say that the music is, the person that is singing is our Gilberto Gil, a great composer from Bahia, Brazil. So this is a ciranda, and I hope we have a lovely time here with the other teachers. Thank you so much, Brent, for the invitation.
It's great to have you here with your Brazilian friends. So thank you. And this dance is so wonderful. Such you know, the poise that we have when we're doing it, it's so lovely. And of course, I was dancing in Edinburgh. This is Arthur's Seat. This is the pond on the top of Arthur's Seat. So I'm trying to dance everywhere in Edinburgh tonight. So I thought, yeah, maybe one day we can do that dance near here. Who knows? Thank you, Renata. So yes, Arthur's Seat. This is what I used to walk by here all the time. So this is a lovely picture for me. So next we have a beautiful Greek teacher and Laura Shannon. I think that's who's next. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Hi, Laura. Nice to see you. How are you
Hello,
doing?
Brad. Hello, Kunya. Hello, everyone. Very happy to be here with you all today
And
for the dances. So, as Brant mentioned, The Greek and other Balkan dances are my special love, and in the more than 35 years that I've devoted my life to sacred dance, I've spent a lot of time traveling in Southeastern Europe to research the traditional circle dances that were at the heart of what inspired Bernhard Vosin to create sacred dance or circle dance, as Renata was telling us. These dances go back thousands of years, as Yvonne was saying. And in fact, the dance that I'm going to share with you tonight comes from Northern Greece, and it's another version of the dance that Yvonne did. That's very often the step pattern that people use to begin with because it's simple, it's easy, and everyone is welcome. This is one of the aspects of these traditional dances that I find most inspiring and exciting, how they foster a sense of connection with ourselves and each other, also with the earth and nature and the cycles of life, death, and regeneration, metaphorically and also literally. This is an Easter dance, and so it's very important in the Christian context today, but the song reveals the pre-Christian roots of the dance and the custom of dancing to honor these important moments in that cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Easter being the Christian version of an older story that used to be celebrated in the myths of, for instance, Demeter and Persephone. This song talks about the nymphs, who are female divine spirits of fertility, spirits of place and good fortune. And in the song, the nymphs come together, they join hands, they build a monastery. And this image of the temple, of a sacred space, is a beautiful metaphor that helps us understand sacred dance as a circle that we create as a space of peace and joy and connection. Because the dance song talks about this connection between the human realm and the divine realm, where the spirits meet the human beings, actually meets the king in the song. This is also a clue for us about our experience of joining the dance, which helps move us from our ordinary realm into an extraordinary state of being where we can forget our personal problems. So really the dances have always been deeply therapeutic and healing, and we still experience them that way, even if we come from another tradition, we're not Greek, or even if the dances are newly created, as Renata was saying. So these are very ancient tools for connection, healing, and insight. And I'm very happy to share this dance with you now, the dance of the nymphs, Sirtostatria, and I'll ask Diane to put the dance name and the music source in the chat box for you now. So just to set the scene, that the nymphs have gathered in the forest on the mountains to build this monastery. So we have a sacred space that could be a temple with columns. It could be a grove of trees, which was certainly the kind of place that people danced in before there were such things as temples and monasteries. And the invitation is not just to dance the steps, but to dance in the way that aligns with the image of the song. We dance upright, stable, symmetrical, and centered, like a column in the temple or like a tree in the grove. So let's learn the steps together. I'll just remove my chair. You'll recognize these steps from the dance we did with Yvonne, but it's much slower and with a very different style. 1, 2, 3, and a lift, step on the left and lift. 3, steps to the right and lift the left, step on the left and lift the right. 1, 2, 3, and lift, left, and lift. We keep the foot as close to the ground as we possibly can on those lifting steps, so that we really emphasize that connection with the earth and the fertile energies of the earth. We can open the soles of our feet to the energy of the earth, that fertile power which is represented by the nymphs in this song and in the fairy tale, So we can allow that energy, that life force, that chi, if you like, to flow up into our bodies and through us into the dance circle. We have an imaginary or virtual dance circle here today, but many of us who are here tonight have danced before. We can remember what it's like to hold hands and be in the circle and feel the energy flow, filling us, filling the circle, coming through us into the world. So we dance upright, stable, centered, connected, and calm, grounded and rooted, like the trees in the grove, like the columns in a temple. And this is a way in which the dances have the capacity to bring us into a grounded, calm and joyful state of mind. I invite you to bring this energy into your own field, your physical and energy bodies. And if you have a special prayer or intention, you'd like to bring this healing energy through you into the world and dedicate it to someone you know who's having a hard time, your own hard time, the many parts of the world that need our love and compassion and care. It begins with a long improvisation on the clarinet, and that gives us time to tune in. This music, I'm happy to say, is played by my husband and Nicholas. We saw them on the picture that Brant showed of dancing in the Universal Hall at Findhorn. And if you're interested in having that CD, you can get it from me, Yvonne. Let's see, Dion will put that in the chat box. So we're coming into one of the most ancient dances and one of the most ancient practices of what we could call European indigenous wisdom traditions. So enjoy.
Σαΐδια, με τα σπρά τα σαΐδια.
invite you to just connect again with that energy field for yourself, for your loved ones, for our world, allowing the blessing of the ancestors of the dance to descend on us, the sons and daughters, granddaughters and grandsons of those who went before and danced before us on this beautiful earth. Thank you so much.
Wonderful to dance with you in this lovely garden. I really enjoyed that, and it takes me back to so many dances. So wonderful. And yes, and if you're interested in dancing with Laura, Diane's put some information in the chat box for you, and Laura will be around to talk, I think, at the end possibly. We'll move on to the next person. Thank you so much, Laura. It's always a wonderful session with you. So thank you. So I'm in many places at the moment on this image at the back. So I'm going to show the next guest one and see if he can guess where it is, because he's from Edinburgh as well, but he's in Findhorn at the moment in his back green or backyard. Maybe some people know it as. Hi, Peter.
Hi, Brand.
I'm going to put this on and see if you know where this is. Let me see. Do you recognize this street?
So it's, well, because it's so small, I'm peering closely, but is it the Royal Mile?
No, it's Victoria Terrace.
Oh, Victoria Terrace.
Yes, one of my favorite haunts. So I'm going to dance your dance in Victoria Terrace because it reminds me of home, and I know it's your home, Edinburgh. So yes, Peter is one of our teachers who teaches from the Universal Hall and many other places, and has been doing it for many years. And he's brought a really beautiful dance. And yes, I'm just so happy you're here and in your backyard with Sue, your partner and wife. And so I'm just going to give it over to you. You can explain what sacred dance is for you.
Thanks very much, Brant. Yeah, so it's great to be part of the Edinburgh Festival. It's been part of my life growing up, and I wanted to start talking about the festival and Scottish music before getting on to sacred dance. So the dance I'm going to teach is music by Tom Anderson, a Shetland fiddler, and this is one of his compositions, Das Locket Light. And I particularly wanted to teach this dance because at the Edinburgh Fringe in 1959, my father organised a concert that Tom played at. So we're doing screen sharing here. And this is 1959, the Edinburgh Festival Fringe. And for those of you who know Scottish folk music, this is Hamish Henderson. And Hamish organised the concert together with my father. My father provided the venue and Hamish organised all the musicians. So this is Tom Anderson here, Shetland fiddler, and we will hear from him shortly. And one of the things about this concert is that a lot of the people here, their relations or their students now perform at my venue, Universal Hall. So that's going to run through a few people. Tom Anderson, you'll see his pupil Ali Bain soon, another famous Shetland fiddler. This is Jeannie Robertson here, and her nephew, Stanley Robertson, has performed at Universal Hall. And then Jimmy McBeath here, very much part of the ballad tradition locally in this area. And then for those of you familiar with Scottish music, this is a very young Jimmy McGregor. So this is my dad here, and this is some of the people at the concert. Tom Anderson here again, playing, of course, always with Peary Willie Johnson. And we're not going into the history of Scottish music, but Willie Johnson, a major figure to anybody who plays guitar. So this is the Lindburn Concert Hall, where my dad, together with Hamish, put on these concerts in the 1950s. And this is the Scottish National Institution for the War Blinded, where I was brought up. And in fact, started my film programming career, programming the likes of 633 Squadron and The Great Escape, because as a 9 or 10-year-old, I got to choose what films we got to watch in the concert hall. But here today, you can see Ali Bain and Phil Cunningham in the Universal Hall, one of the concerts I've organised. And as I said, Tom Anderson, who brought the traditional music of Shetland into the world. So Tom Anderson remembers a lot of the older ritual music of Scotland, which perhaps the most famous tune being the Papa Stour sword dance. And the sword dance is rituals of death and rebirth, and very much still alive today in Shetland. And it's this memory of the ritual dances that in most parts of Scotland has been completely forgotten. And it's interesting, I think, to see, as Laura has often talked about, that the ritual dances and the communal dances that go with them. And in Europe, the communal dances and the ritual dances have survived. But in Scotland, the communal dances have more been lost and forgotten. And the piece of music we're going to dance to, Das Locket Light, is actually a contemporary composition by Tom Anderson. And he wrote it when he was leaving his village one day. And he looked back at the village and he saw that almost all the lights in the village had gone out. And this was true also of my grandfather's family. This is myself standing in front of my grandfather's croft on Shetland. And the village had been there for well over 1,000 years, a continuous habitation. This is the oldest house in the foreground, dated to Viking times. And dancing, as you'll see in a moment, part of a tradition for over 1,000 years, but just in a generation or two, the dances all died out. So this is my great uncle, and the jumper is the family jumper. The patterns are passed down, and interestingly, the craft survived. This jumper has been made continuously from the past to the present, and the tammy as well, just to show you, perhaps helps with the family resemblance. I've left a pipe in the house. This is my grandfather's family collecting the peats for the fire. And this is one of my grandfather's brothers, two of my grandfather's brothers, on their Shetland ponies. This is the very early 1900s. And by this time, my grandfather had already left. This is the kind of house he lived in. And when I went up to Shetland, I heard from people who remembered my grandparents that it was their house they used to go to hear stories and listen to the fiddle. It was what was known in Scotland as the Cayley house where people would gather. And always on the Cayley house, as you'd see here, there'd be a fiddle hanging by the fire, ready for anyone to play. So the traditions carried on there for a long time. And when my grandfather ran away to sea, he took just two things with him, his fiddle and his tusker, which you use for cutting the peat. So this dance danced very close to the bay where you saw the houses, Uasund, and they're dancing the Jolly Miller, which is a dance that has survived through the children. It's a children's song and game. So I like to think that in this part of Shetland, the dance continued for thousands of years, passed down, and it's that continuity of tradition that I think is very much part of the sacred circle dance, the passing down from generation to generation of the traditions and the blessings, and also out of this coming new traditions. I remember talking to Caitlin and John Matthews once when they were up here, and they were saying how, so much of the tradition had been lost, and they were asking some of their Native American teachers what they could do to revive this tradition. And the Native American teachers said, nothing is ever lost. If you listen to the land, you will regain it. So that is what I like to think we're going to experience in this next dance. It's a dance choreographed by Muneen, who a number of you will know from the dance camp in Wales, where the sacred dances were planted and grew. So Das Slocket Light, music from Tom Anderson, and we are going to learn the steps. So, starting on the right foot, coming into the middle, slowly, slowly, in, right, back, left, front, side, behind, side. Slowly right, slowly left, going to the left, and one slow, great, binding to the left, 4 times all together. Here comes the second part of the dance. Side, behind replace, slow, quick, and then sway, and sway, and sway, and sway, and side, behind replace, side, behind replace. And Muneen described this part as the spinning wheel. So we're going to begin again, rocking in and out, slowly in, slowly out, binding to the left, slow, and slow, a little bit quicker, slow, and slow, quicker, going around, slow, and slow, ready to go the side, behind replace, side, behind replace, sway right and left, and spinning wheel on, come up, side, behind replace, side, behind replace, and sway, and sway, and sway, and sway. So we're only going to do this part of the dance, this first part of the dance. There's a second part that we won't do. So we're going to dance, first recording is Tom Anderson playing with Ali Bain, together with Violet Tulloch on piano. And the recording is very short, so that plays through twice. And then we're going to have a video of Tom Anderson playing, introducing the tune, saying a little bit about it, and together with the video of him, you'll also see photographs again of Shetland. So Sue, if you'd like to come and join me here, and we begin almost straight away with the fiddle, rocking in on the right foot. Thank you, Brant. Here we go. the slocket light there, the light that has gone out. And I don't think you were able to hear, but the birds are fair enjoying it here, singing along with the music. And that, I think, connection between the music and nature, very much part of what we do. So it's perfect to be doing that outside. And just watch out and see if Red Squirrel goes running across the garden as well while we're here. Thanks very much. Back to you, Brent.
Thank you, Peter. And we have a little sit down time where we have a little bit of poetry from another great teacher who's not teaching tonight, but is going to do some poetry. Hi, Stefan. You're a great poet as well as a dance teacher. So it's lovely to have you with us for a little poem. And yes, Stefan and his wife, Bethan, are two dance teachers from England who have been across the world teaching dance and plays many instruments, fantastic music man as well. So I'm going to leave it to you, Stefan, to say, you can maybe say what sacred dance is to you as well.
Absolutely.
as because we know that you're very involved. So I'll leave it with you.
Thank you, Brent. Lovely to see everybody here from around the world and to dance with some of my favorite teachers. It's amazing. I really loved what has already been said by Yvonne, Renata, Laura and Peter about sacred dance. And I particularly like when Yvonne said that it's from the liveliest, most sparkling aspects of the dance to the deepest, most meditative parts. It's all part of the sacred wheel, and it's how it all balances together to me that makes it the most complete and delicious experience. Likewise, the dance that you see is only part of the dance because there's another dance going on inside, the invisible dance, which happens in our imaginations, feelings, the connections that we sense with other people. So I hope this poem will convey a little bit of that to you. I hope you enjoy it. This is a kalimba, little easy to play instrument from Africa, which is going to help me. Fountain of footsteps. Dance is a fountain. Each droplet races upwards and cascades down to be chased by another and another, rippling like emerald moonbeams, while the water's skin stays serene, holding a steady form. May these words become music as your mind's eye dances. Let these thoughts swim the ocean that separates bodies to reunite our hearts. Dance is a fountain. The current catches at your legs and you are a neon tetra, twisting, diving, shoaling, flung free from the murk of memory, thrilled, chilled, and filled with rhythm and rhyme. May these words become music. As your mind's eye dances, let these thoughts swim the ocean that separates bodies to reunite our hearts. Dance is a fountain whose fingers tickle clouds to show their silver lining. For each restless soul, stumbling blind over rocks of history, seeks serenity. Like a foaming wave on the silver sea. May these words become music as your mind's eye dances. Let these thoughts swim the ocean that separates bodies to reunite our hearts. Dance is a fountain of infinite forms. You have cobra arms. Your hips are swaying palms. Your feet have phoenix feathers. A circle of secrets revealed in sacred, sweet surrender. May these words become music as your mind's eye dances. Let these thoughts swim the ocean that separates bodies to reunite our hearts. Dance is a fountain surging high from ancient wells of mystery and magic, following ancestral footprints through every land, spiraling into a future where all beings belong together. Let the music be your muse. As you take new steps, may these words offer a hand in welcome, and may the timeless dance embrace you. So I hope you enjoyed that. And if you like thinking about the inside dance, the invisible dance, you might enjoy looking at this book as well. And thank you very much, Brad, and everybody for having me in this lovely
Thank
program.
you, Stefan. And you know, I see you've got on your shirt these birds, and it's just like the poster of the Fringe, the birds breaking free and being free and creative, and with instruments and music in the air. So thank you so much. We're going to go into a little bit more creativity now with our next guest, and we have a woman from America who is AKA Granny Rocks, but she's called Beth Green. I think we've found her, is that right, Sound Desk? There she is. And we are going to have some free movement now to Beth's wonderful intuitive music. I'm sure she can say something about it herself, but it's wonderful to have her because it's such an exploration with intuitive music and dance and things like this. So I'm going to hand over to you. You can say a little bit about yourself, and you're a pro, you do it all the time. So I'll leave it to you.
Thank you so much, Brent. It is an honor and such fun to be with you guys today. Thank you for having me. So as Brent said, I just improvise. I am intuitively guided. I never know what I'm going to do. And I take no responsibility for anything that I play because it all came from God, and that's who I blame. So anyway, I feel really excited because so much of what you have done is so far that I've seen, because I was working earlier, is connecting to the past, which is so exciting, and then into the infinite. Dance is a fountain. It's kind of infinite time, not the past, not the future, not the present. And we're going to be in the present. And you are invited, because we did this on a Centrepiece, and it was so awesome. You are invited to dance freely as I improvise. So if you expect something that has like a regular rhythm or a regular recurring, you're going to be very disappointed because that's not what I do. I just, what comes out, comes out. And people were just fabulous last time I played. People just got up and danced. So we encourage you to please do the same. And this is sweet baby James, my husband.
Yes, hello everybody. Pleased to be here.
Good.
Happy to see you.
We can hear you. And he's going to be with me. But Brent, I guess you'll talk about the 19th after I play, correct?
Sorry, what were you saying there?
You will be talking about the September 19th event after I play.
That will be, you'll hear about that later. You don't need to worry about it.
I love it. I love Brent. You don't have to worry. Okay. Thank you. So I'm just tuning into the group and into myself, where we all connect, right?
How wonderful, Beth, just to let your spirit be so free like this with this music. Thank you. So
Thank
lovely.
you so much. Thank you so much. Did I play the right amount of time?
Could you talk to the side so we can see you, please? If you
Oh,
talk,
absolutely. Yeah. Switch the
there we go.
like that.
There we
Thank
go. I
you,
feel I
Brent.
can talk to your face.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me.
So Beth, we're gonna Beth's doing a centerpiece special, but I'll tell you about that at the end in the announcements. And so wonderful to have you here and for on the Fringe with Beth. Right from the America, it's just amazing how we can do this. And
It
so
is.
and sweet baby James as well. It's lovely to see you. You can see Beth on Facebook doing these improvisation piano pieces and her she does these brilliant talks as well, which is fantastic. So I'll tell you more about that at the end. We'll get on to the next presenter for now, Beth. Thank you so much. And
Thank
mwah.
you. Thank you. Gracias.
Thank
Obrigada. Whatever else. Thank you.
Yes, I'm sure there's a few.
Eliana.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'll love you and leave you for the moment, and we'll go on to who's next. Who's next? Oh, it's Shaki, I think. Yes, it is. It's Shaki, the lovely Shaki. Shaki is our teacher from, she's a teacher of Armenian dances, and she is based in London and many other places. And she is also somebody who comes to the Findhorn and comes to the festival now and then. And yeah, so how are you this evening, Shaki?
I'm very well, Ron. Thank you so much. Delighted to be here and part of this very special Centrepiece Fringe. You gave birth to it in the time of pandemic, and look where we are. So every cloud has a silver lining, and I'm just really, really pleased to be here tonight. Thank you so much.
I'm so pleased that you're here as well. So I'm going to leave you with Shaki, and I'm going to dance underneath the castle to Shaki's dance, and dances. We're doing two, aren't we? So I'll leave you to it. You can introduce what sacred dance is to you.
Thank you, Brant. I have to confess, Beth, that I have kind of completely drifted off because I took off under your inspired, what was the word used? Intuitively guided playing. And yes, I need to come back somehow. So what is sacred dance to me? Well, what else can I add to all the incredible presenters who've been with me tonight, and to many, many wonderful presenters who are out there with us tonight as audience, in inverted commas. All of those things, ritual, coming together, sacred in terms of connecting with the self, sacred in terms of connecting with the community, sacred in terms of connection with the past, present, and future, sacred in terms of passing on that legacy which is given to us, and facilitating, enabling that continuity. But perhaps the one word or several words that would best describe it for me is unity in diversity, actually the opening remark. Because obviously I'm presenting Armenian dances, and they're Armenian dances because that is my background and that is one of the layers of my culture. It's not singular. But what really interests me is taking this beyond the obvious, as in that it is an Armenian tradition, Armenian ritual. It's in the universality of it, because the only story that really matters to me is the human story. And time and again over the 30-odd years I've been sharing the dances, I have witnessed this. People finding themselves in what I'm offering and adding to it, enhancing it in such a way that it keeps on growing for myself too. And that is the thing. The dance, as Stefan said, is not what you see on the outside necessarily, it's the dance within. So what is sacred dance? Well, all of those, and the community, the coming together, the supporting one another, the being there for one another in our bodies, where it's the unspoken word. In the Armenian language, we have a saying, Baren arach garpar. There was dance before there was spoken word. And that's the body. Where words fail us or where words are simply not enough, coming together in our bodies with that conscious respect for one another, that, and also seeking the sacred in the self, and that is diverse. It's not the same for all of us by any means, but coming together with that respect and the dignity and sharing it and holding it for one another. So I will stop talking because, in fact, intuitively guided, I will allow the dancers to speak to you, hopefully. So I intend to share 2 dances tonight. And again, to reiterate so much that has been said tonight, the first dance I'm going to present to you is a traditional ritual dance, a traditional ritual sacred dance, because we have sacred dances labeled as such in the Armenian repertoire. So the first one I'm going to share with you is called Astvatsatsnapar, the dance of the Virgin Mary, the dance of the giver of the Mother of God, of Theotokos. And this dance has been traditionally danced only on the 2nd Sunday of August, the one closest to the 15th of August, on the Feast of Virgin Mary. So I'm going to present it to you, and yes, thank you. So let me just move out of the way. So we are going to travel to the right with the right foot. It's a 6-step dance. And so we go with the right foot, step on the right with the right, cross with the left in front, step on the right with the right, lift, sliding the left foot up, hold, step back on the left, and touch with the right. So that is it. So it's step, across, step, lift the left, step on the left, touch with the right. Now the rhythm and the instrumentation of this is actually in typical ritual instrumentation. So it's not a smooth gliding thing, it's the zurna and the dehol. Zurna is the Lettish horn. It is quite a loud sound if you're not used to it. And dehol is the drum. So it's slow, quick, slow, quick. I will show you. So it's step with the right, cross and step on the right, lift and step on the left, touch and step and across and step and lift and step back and touch back. Now the arms travel with us. So the arms, it's little pinky hold. So for those who are new to this, it's the, I'll do this backwards. So your right pinky is hooking under and your left pinky is hooking over. And it is what we refer to as the W hold. And the wrists are just in front of the heart, the open space. So traveling to the right, we go, step on the right, arms go to the right, crossing with the left, the arms come to the center, stepping on the right, the arms go to the right, the arms stay in the center as we slide, lift the left up, and the head goes up in honor, then we step back on the left, and the head gently comes down a little bit as we touch with the right. I will show this to you sideways because it makes a difference. So it's step on the right, across with the left, step on the right, coming in diagonally to the center, lifting the chin, the head, dignified, upright. The head stays briefly and then just touches on the closing. So we say in Armenian, you don't break your neck, and it doesn't mean break, but we don't bend the neck completely like that. So these are very subtle. In fact, there's a lot of nuance in the little movement. So it's head up, holding, and head down. And the eyes actually do more of a movement than the head. So let's try it together. So step and across and step, touch, lift and back and touch and step, across and step and lift and step and touch and step and across and step and lift and step and touch and step across and step and lift and step back and touch and right, left across, right, lift the left, step on the left, touch with the right last one, step across and step, lift the left and back, touch with the right. So of course, You need to hear the music. So you can start this from the beginning or you can skip. I will start as soon as I can. And you'll also find that actually with these ancient dances, the dance step is 6 steps, but it doesn't always correspond with the music at the same point, but it comes together. That was Asvazatsnapar, quite different to what we've been hearing all evening. I would like to share another dance with you, so I'm not going to repeat this because I would like to, in fact, connect with what was said earlier about these ancient ritual dances, bringing people, connecting the past with the present and the future and the legacy. And I would like to show you another dance, which is one of our oldest ritual dances, called govend. Govend comes from the word gund, which is round, circle, dancing in closed circles. And this govend is an 8-step govend. It's a wedding step, ceremonial wedding dance, danced at weddings where the bride and bridegroom usually stand in the middle, forehead to forehead, and the community, everyone, unity, in diversity, everyone comes together, joins hands and dances 7 sacred magical times around the newlyweds to keep all the good things in the circle. There's a shamanic understanding tradition, and to expel all the bad things. So that is the dance step called govend. It's 8-step govend. But I would like us to dance it to a beautiful track, I hope you agree with me, called Arunik. Arunik is little dove. Now, Arunik, the white dove actually, is sung by this young group called Element Band in Los Angeles. They're young girls and boys, young men, young women, who connect with that tradition that's been passed on over the millennia. Remember, there was dance before there was spoken word. So here comes this really ancient dance and this relatively new, beautifully put together melody. Now, I know I still have a few minutes. I'm just very quickly going to tell you, because you will hear Armenian singing and Armenian verse, and you might be interested to know what it's about. I will pop that in the chat box in a moment. I have translated it, and it says, "Little dove, land softly on the stone. May roses blossom on the stone. Little dove, land softly in the field. May there be abundance in the field, on the field. Little white dove, I offer you a palm of seeds. Take my greetings to our mountains. Little white dove, I offer you sweet water. Bring back greetings from our mountains. The dove landed on my heart. My heart rejoiced with abundance. May the little dove land on your home, on our home, to fill our home with songs. Little white dove, I offer you a palm of seeds. Bring back greetings from our mountains. Little white dove, I offer you sweet water. Take my greetings to our mountains." So what is this about? Well, it's longing for connection with the self, longing for connection with one another. And rather than talking, I would like us to dance this twice, once after the other. And may that white dove of peace give you, comfort you, heal you, give you all that you're seeking, not only yourselves, but extend that beyond us. Because as Laura said earlier on, we are living in a world at the moment where there are many people who are seeking. And we are may you all find that which you're looking for, and may we live it with peace, dignity, love, and care for one another.
Thank you, Shaki. How wonderful these Armenian dances are, and the peace within them, and the life-giving movement in the feet when it comes, the energy comes up from the earth. I just, wow, so special. Thank you so much. And if you could put your details down in the chat room for people, I'm sure they would really appreciate that. And we go now to the last dance, and then we'll tune out as we usually do. And then we have an open space where people can chat. So we go back on the right, left, right, left, and sway, 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 and step, side, sway, sway, together, 1, 2, 3, together, and then back, 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 back. So that's the, I'm going to come over here because I'm getting out the picture here. I'll just do it once round for you so you can see my back. Let me start here. So we go right, left, sway forward, sway back, sway forward, left. We go in with the left for 1, side, and sway left, sway right, together. Now we're going to go in on this crescent. 1, 2, 3, together, and that's when we would go back again and start again. I think
shine, shine your light on me, illuminate me, make me complete, lay me down and wash this world from me, open the skies and burn it all away, 'cause I've been waiting and all my life just waiting for you to shine, shine your light on me. And I dreamt the world with my eyes open, but time moved on, and then new worlds begin again. And oh, my heart, in this universe so vast, no moment was made to last. to light the fire in me. Shine, shine your light on me. Illuminate me, make me complete. Please shine, and shine your light on me. No hesitation, make me complete. Lay me down and wash this world from me. And open the skies and burn it all away. 'Cause I've been waiting all my life, just waiting for you to